For a few of us, the moment we turn on a video game console, there's a whisper in the back of our minds. It's a voice looking to urge us beyond just beating a game. That voice doesn't only want us to reach the finish line, it wants us to destroy everything in our path to it. It wants us to shave milliseconds from moment after moment. It wants us to dissect the very fabric of a game's design and make it into a more efficient project. It wants our enjoyment to be about more than just playing a video game. It wants us to conquer time itself. The year is 1996. A new era of video gaming was dawning. For many, seeing that polygonal logo of the Nintendo 64 preceded gateways to worlds previously unheard of. Among these, Goldeneye 007 emerged as a pivotal game in the evolution of console shooters. With innovative design and immersive gameplay, it would influence the genre for years to come. But beyond its evolutionary role, Goldeneye presented a demanding challenge of player efficiency. The moment the game released, rumors began to circulate within the community hinting at hidden rewards for exceptional skill. Could a player navigate the expanse of the first level dam on secret agent difficulty in under 2 minutes and 40 seconds? When someone took the dive and accomplished this feat, the game unlocked paintball mode, taking the serious nature of the game and changing it into one far more whimsical. For those who could master the intricate corridors and complex objectives of Facility on 00 Agent in under 2 minutes and 5 seconds, they would be granted an even greater prize: invincibility. This philosophy of skill-based time trials extended beyond the realm of Goldeneye. The settings and stages of Super Smash Bros. 64 brought fighters from all over Nintendo's IPs into one fighting game. Unlocking certain characters would require these very same skill demonstrations. In order to play as Captain Falcon, for instance, a player needed to complete the one-player game, now known as Classic Mode, in under 20 minutes. Because of these types of unlockable conditions, rumors would begin to spread about unlocking characters that weren't actually in the game by completing feats thought impossible. But those very same impossible feats represented challenges that players would gladly throw themselves at in order to complete and prove or disprove the existence of a playable character. Overall, the message was clear. Speed and precision weren't just bragging rights for a skilled player, but now they were ways to unlock the essence of the game's content. Drifting into the world of racing games, titles like Mario Kart 64 presented a challenge within their own distinctive time trial modes. Here, the pursuit of a personal best would be reserved for some of the most skilled players. Upon surpassing preset records, the game would present you with a staff ghost, which is a digital representation of a developer's optimal run. This spectral competitor was more than just an indicator of speed. It was a precise, developer-executed sequence of inputs that traced the theoretically most efficient trajectory and acceleration points. These ghosts served as benchmarks that could provide a tangible visual guide to peak performance. They compelled players to be meticulous and analyze their cornering and drifts, thereby pushing the boundaries of individual skill and nurturing a relentless pursuit of absolute perfection on the track. Another Nintendo racing game that released around this time, Diddy Kong Racing, escalated this time trial challenge into a direct confrontation. By achieving specific time trial records per level, the clock-faced TT would appear, no longer as just a guide, but as an opponent in a final time trial. If you were able to claim victory in every track against TT, you could add him to the roster, transforming these aforementioned demonstrations of skill into more unlockables, which solidified the era's emphasis on skillfully earned rewards. This philosophy of rewarding time-based skill continued to permeate outside of the Nintendo 64. As time went on and video gaming entered into more of a mainstream appeal, time trials and rewards themselves became reserved for racing games and other games similar to the genre. But there was one series originating on the PlayStation 1 that took pride in making its players work towards perfection via speed.
Bandicoot 4!
The insanity of the time trials in the Crash Bandicoot series began with Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Within the time trial mode, you would grab a floating stopwatch to begin the timer. Depending on your time, you would be gifted with one of 3 relic colors: sapphire, gold, and platinum. The gold relics were all that were needed in Warped to reach 100% completion, but those coveted platinum relics were reserved for the most skilled players. These relics would permeate through many of the Crash games that released after Warped, including Crash Bash, Crash Team Racing, and they'd even get introduced into the first 2 games with the release of the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. Time relics became a mainstay in the series, even making it into Crash Bandicoot 4, far after time trials had begun to fall out of trend. These instances collectively illustrate a hallmark design philosophy of the era. True mastery wasn't just acknowledged, but actively rewarded with exclusive content or alternate experiences, which compelled us as kids to explore the very limits of our prowess. Nowadays, even after the fall in popularity of time trials, we live in an era defined by acceleration and efficiency. No phenomenon encapsulates this modern hunger for systematic accomplishment more than the world of speedrunning. Speedrunning has become more than a hobby, it's become a philosophy and a subculture. Why has this niche pursuit, once relegated to 90s forums and mailed-in VHS tapes, exploded into a mainstream spectacle that draws hundreds of thousands of eyes? At its core, speedrunning is the act of deconstruction. Take a game designed by development teams who spent countless hours on presentation. Casual gamers see it as a complete, intricate world. A speedrunner sees it as a system, a series of inputs and probabilities, all obstacles in their way to reduce that intricacy to its most core elements in the name of efficiency. And therein, it becomes more than just playing the game quickly. It becomes about breaking it. Speedrunning is not done out of malice, but out of a curiosity and desire to understand its deepest hidden truths. Sometimes this desire puts speedrunners at odds with developers. Sometimes it establishes an unbreakable relationship between the developers and the community. The satisfaction isn't just in watching the credits roll, but in understanding how and why the credits rolled so much faster than anyone thought possible, and a desire to find a way to make it even faster than that. Throughout history, there has always been competition. Speedrunning offers this in a distilled form. Take the hundreds, perhaps thousands of repetitions, the agonizing resets after a single run-ending error. It's just as tedious as a hammer that slams down on the metal of a forge. Speedrunners can hone muscle memory to a degree that casual players would consider supernatural. Inputs become autonomic, a synchronicity between mind and controller. It's a perfect synergy of challenge and skill, when you're not losing your mind at missing a BLJ. This type of thing used to seem like a solo mission tucked away in a basement or hidden office, but thanks to platforms like Twitch and YouTube, it's become a shared experience. Every single attempt between a streamer and their chat is like watching a live stage play or movie unfold right before your eyes. You're on the edge of your seat, feeling the tension, feeling the vulnerability as a runner nails every move. And both of you know that one tiny slip could wreck hours of hard work in a heartbeat. It's a connection you don't get with a lot of other entertainment sources out there. You can think of it like the nail-biting excitement of a live sports game, mixed with the sheer genius of watching someone solve a complex, dangerous puzzle. And perhaps the best part is when you hop into those chat rooms yourself. You get to see other runners cheering each other on. Speedrunning is competitive, yes, but it's also incredibly supportive. When someone breaks a record or finds a new strategy, they don't keep it to themselves. Whether it's on Discord or through YouTube tutorials, thousands of minds come together, pushing the limits of what's even possible in a game. It's an open source way of optimization that speeds up progress at an unbelievable pace. It's a way to build an amazing community where everyone can analyze, experiment, and support one another. Even rivals will celebrate each other's personal bests and world records because it lifts up the entire community. The reason I began this video speaking of older games and the essence of time trials is because speedrunning breathes new life into them. Titles long since beaten and abandoned by casual players find renewed relevance with speedrunning. A game like Super Mario 64, released decades ago, continues to be explored and redefined. A digital landscape that has become a proving ground for new techniques, new glitches, and new achievements. This rediscovery fuels the nostalgia that the community has for the game, while simultaneously propelling the game and the medium forward. It changes games from static products to dynamic, systematic challenges. This compulsive drive to optimize and accelerate evolved from those time trials we played as kids. What began as individual players pursuing in-game trinkets evolved into a competitive art form. The same planning and execution once reserved for unlocking paintball mode in Goldeneye 007 is now applied to entire modern games. Games that span dozens or hundreds of hours can be meticulously deconstructed into minutes of perfectly executed motion. Today, speedrunning has evolved from a niche obsession to a global spectacle. Events like Games Done Quick or European Speedrunner Assembly, where players dismantle games live for charity, draw hundreds of thousands of viewers every time they're put on. We are collectively able to witness human beings transcend digital boundaries and perform impossible feats of precision and memory, all to achieve absurdly fast completion times. And it's a force that's used for good, as charities like Doctors Without Borders are constantly partnering with the speedrunning community. The echoing spirit of those time trials and hidden unlockables lives on in speedrunning. They've undergone a quantum leap and evolved. It's a testament to the enduring allure of pushing boundaries and transforming a leisurely pastime into an intellectual sport, one that many of us enjoy watching to this very day. And it all started with those simple challenges in some of our favorite childhood games. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and please take care.